Okay, we've had a solid 2 days of practice. Thought our focus was good. I think our guys are getting in that mode this time of year about getting in a rhythm, practicing, and routine, which is a good routine.
What are the plans with Patrick Miller having not played in that last game? You said he's ready to go, but what do you want to do with him this week?
Well, I mean, the good thing is we're getting a little healthier, and that means we have more depth. We started games, we have a lot of confidence in him, and we know he can play at any time. And matter of fact, if he needs to start, he can start, and we'd feel good about it.
How good do you feel about that line you guys have used these last 4 games?
Well, I mean, we played pretty well last week. The good thing is we've got the line last week, and then Pat's getting healthier. And, you're always thinking about depth this time of year, too.
Gus, how is he taking this? Because this is now back-to-back years. Last year's a different circumstance, certainly, but this is back-to-back years where you started the season and then lost the job.
Well, he hadn't, lost the job yet. It was because of injury. I mean, he still could play this week. And, so, I mean, he's handled everything well, and he's a big part of what we're doing.
Along those lines, how impressed have you been with Devontae Damesy?
What's that?
How impressed have you been with Devontae Damesy?
I think he's improved. He had a good fall camp, and he's played quite a bit this year, and I think he's gotten better when he's been in there.
How much is this game you think about withstanding their charges? Ole Miss maybe getting up a touchdown or two and feeding off their home crowd and being able to push through that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping we're not planning on that, but if it does happen, you got to be prepared. But the big thing I think is we got to protect the football. They're so good at getting turnovers. As a matter of fact, they score on turnovers. I think that's a critical thing, and they got very talented receivers. They make big plays in the passing game. So I think the two factors are we got to protect the football, and we got to keep them from having explosive plays. And so that's kind of the plan.
Does that affect how you use a Rock Thomas?
Well, we put him in there. He's done good with his ball security so far. I mean, we put him in there the first road game, and he played more this past week and protected the football. So, at this point in the year, I mean, from a coach, I mean, you put guys in there that you got confidence in there that will protect the football.
Yes, explosive plays for you guys on offense. That was always a big thing. They don't give up a bunch of them. How important is it to get some?
Yeah, you're exactly right. They don't give up a bunch. I mean, and we're at our best when we get some explosive plays. And against a very good defense, you've got to have explosive plays to be successful, so that'll be a big key too.
As you said, starting off fast is big anytime, especially for this team. But the last 2 road games really you've struggled with that starting off. How do you kind of get over that hump?
Yeah, we got to do a better job of getting out the gate with a little more success, and we're working hard on that. And it's a little bit later in the year, so hopefully we'll respond in a better way than we did the first 2 road games.
Because how hard is it for someone who likes to do the things you like to do offensively, if you get into a game with a defensive team like that, where maybe it's a low scoring kind of deal? Is that frustrating for you as a play caller coach?
I mean, you coach long enough, you experience a lot of different things, and you just gotta get a feel for the game. And then once you get a feel for the game, you just do the best you can to give your players the best chance of winning and being successful. And they're a very good defense.
Has Jermaine Whitehead returned to the defense?
He's still on the scout team, and he's doing some special teams.
Has he changed his spot on kickoff return?
He still has a couple different roles on kickoff return.
Anything else?
I guess I wanted to ask, how do you gauge the progress of a guy like Marcus Davis when his numbers just through 7 games aren't anywhere near what they were last year? Not just partially because of Duke, but it's just hard for kind of.
Yeah, I tell you what, but he does a lot of things that stats don't show. He's extremely good blocker. He runs good routes sometimes to get other people open. He's a guy that we definitely feel like we can count on, and he'll have one of those games. I truly believe, before the season's out, that will be a definite factor. Even in the receiving end.
With Nick, and you talk about ball protection, he's done a much better job this year. What do you think was kind of the turning point for him and helping that along?
He worked hard in the spring, and that was just a point of emphasis for him to protect the football better. And you're exactly right. He's been protecting it better, and that's a positive thing.
Along the same lines as Marcus Davis, is Melvin Ray kind of in that same situation? Just one of these games will be his game. And
yeah, I mean, of course, he had a pretty good first game. He's a guy that we know we can count on. He blocks extremely well. Does a lot of the things that stats don't show to help us win. And he's a guy we feel like we can count on.
Gus, at this point, do you feel like, that Peyton Barber's a guy that you can count on just because he's got so few touches this year? That this seems like
He's getting a lot of practice time, and I've said before, we've got confidence in him. So we'll see what goes the rest of the year.
Gus, kind of an off-the-wall question, but a lot of children, a lot of fans are kind of dressing up as you for Halloween. When you see pictures like that, what does it do for you? I guess, does that make you smile? What's your reaction to some of that?
Yeah, it's pretty intriguing, I guess. Don't have really much of a comment about it, really.
You haven't been seeing kids come around the neighborhood with Gus outfit yet?
No. I don't get home till late, so.